Hey, what it do? What the business is?
It is another week in the books. It's the On Deck TV podcast. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown. If you're looking for me on Twitter and Instagram.
Yes, sir. I am Spike Lou on them same social sites. Again, another week in the books. We appreciate you joining us. A lot to talk about this week, man. I'm excited about this. This is going to be fun.
Action-packed week. Before we get to it real quick, shout out to Mom Dukes, celebrated her birthday last week. Shout out to me, celebrated my birthday last week. And shout out to everybody that commented on the video I had interviewing my mom. Got a lot of responses from that, man. So respect and appreciate everybody's comments and well wishes. Thank you.
Absolutely. Happy belated birthday to you, sir. That was a dope interview. I really like that. Quote of the interview from your mom. She's still waiting on you to show that you're a genius. That was hilarious. Clap back. That was a hilarious clap back on you right there, which I found hilarious. But that was a dope interview. You guys make sure you go check that out on the show for the On Deck TV show this week. Man, Lil Durk said him and 3 other rappers are running the game right now. You want to see if you'd agree. Freddie, Gibbs, and Benny the Butcher. It seems to be some beef brewing in the air. And did New York lose its grip on hip-hop because of social media and lack of media bias? We'll explore all of those topics and more, but first, the smack heard round the world. So we would be remiss if we didn't mention this. The slap heard round the world. Chris Rock, yes, Chris Rock has made the On Deck TV show, slapped by Will Smith at the Oscars right before the Questlove win of the Oscar for best best documentary. Hip hop was represented in full there. My question to you is simple, Animal Brown, so we can tie this into our show and talk about it. Was Will Smith representing hip hop right there with that smack?
Yeah, I like how we reached right here to get this topic in here. Absolutely. That's what we're going to do, because we're going to talk about this.
Listen, if First Take can lead with this, and Skip and Shannon can lead with this, we definitely can talk about it.
100%. Will Smith did get jiggy with it at one time. He was down in Miami and parents just didn't understand him. So, hey, he got some hip hop roots. So to answer that, was Will representing hip hop? No. If you sat here and asked me, how long would it take for me to get to Will Smith? When you ask me people who are representing hip hop, I'd say it'd take about 7 hours. About 600 people, and then I would say Will Smith. Like, hey, there we go. Okay, cool. So I wouldn't say that he was representing hip hop, but I will say we did get a big reaction from hip hop. It was all over the place. Drake put up a real interesting. Did you see what he put up on his story?
Miss Drake, what do you do?
He put a photo of Will Smith in the Aladdin costume. I was like, what is that? I don't know what that meant.
You know how Drake is. He like, this the same dude. Just so you don't forget, this is the same dude. That's a Drake line. Same dude hit you with Aladdin, hit you with the smack.
But there was a classic moment. For some reason, I was watching it live. I don't know why. I rarely watch the Oscars. I guess I was just winding down. And I guess that's what happened when you washed. You just wind it down, and now you just got some on. So I was watching it live, and I didn't think it was real at first. It definitely felt like
you did or you didn't think it
no,
was
I didn't.
real?
I didn't think it was real at first.
Okay,
it looked like a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like a skit. I now believe that it was real. It took me about 5 minutes, and I was like, oh no, I don't think that was a setup. So it was very interesting though. But what did you think about it? Did you think that was representing hip hop? Was that the first thing you thought of?
No, it was not the first thing that I thought of. You did a real good job there of filling it in without really giving an opinion on it. Nice job there trying to stay away from it. This was, I didn't see it live. My girl asked me, did I see it? Showed me a picture of it on Twitter, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. The first thing that I thought was, Will Smith tired of niggas.
Fact.
Like I wore the Nas shirt for a reason. Will Smith, just like Rosa Parks did in 1955, was fed the fuck up. And it just so happened that Chris Rock was the nigga to receive the brunt end of that negative energy. Was the joke that bad? No, but I can't say that. I'm not Will Smith sitting there with his wife. There's been a lot of commentary that he laughed first and then he doesn't matter. Does not matter, bro. Because once he looked over there and seen the woman that he loves and has been through all of this shit with for the last 2 years is offended by it and hurt, and this isn't the first time that it happened, gotta go hit Chris Rock in the mouth. Like sometimes, and what Will Smith did a great job of reminding people of in this new generation who may not seem as true. They see Meek Mill talk on Twitter all the time and they think that social media is where it goes now. No, sometimes you catch somebody out or somebody says something out, doesn't register right, they didn't read the room right, and they get hit in the mouth. And we can all move on and keep going. It's not a big deal. You got hit in the mouth, a brawl didn't break out, nobody lost their life, guns weren't drawn, there wasn't anything else other than, hey, you said something you shouldn't have said. You didn't know you shouldn't say it, but now you know forever on in history, keep my wife's name out of your motherfucking mouth, as Will Smith said. And I respect it. I wasn't mad at it.
Listen, he definitely overreacted, but I get it. If anybody out there listening is married in a long-term relationship and you think something is funny that your wife, no, hold on. Something about your girl and you laugh, but she don't think it's funny. Like, really, he slick should have looked and see if it was okay to laugh, number one. Because it was the joke.
He wouldn't have had to hit him in the mouth. Then he wouldn't have had to hit him in the mouth. But since you laughed, that's funny, nigga. Definitely didn't want to hear that on the way home, bro.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what that reminded me of. That reminded me of John Q. Because the only reason that Denzel ran up in the hotel with the strap and that nigga's wife was like, do something. What are you going to do? Do something. Nigga, that's all. That was her saying, nigga, do something.
Absolutely. And since the beginning of the time, this has been it. Like, dude, I seen a movie to correlate this in.
John Q?
Nah, it was called The Last Duel with Matt Damon. Did you see the preview for that?
I know the movie, but I don't remember what it was about.
Bro, that whole movie was about a man, 2+ hours about a man disrespecting another man's wife and him calling him out to a last duel. She said he did one thing, he said he did another thing, and they fought about it to the death. The whole movie, 2 hours was about it.
Is this a period piece? What kind of duel?
It's a period piece. It's it's based like in Game of Thrones time. She said the dude did. I ain't gonna blow it for you.
Right.
But she said something happened. He said it didn't happen. Dude believed his wife, even though the evidence didn't say so. Like, nigga, we fight. Yeah. My point in saying all of that is, and bringing up that it's a period piece, like you said, this has been happening since the beginning of time. It doesn't really matter if it makes sense. It don't really matter if somebody would have did this, that, or the third, or if there was someone else right there besides Chris Rock. What really mattered, Will Smith loved his wife. His wife was offended right there in that moment, and he hit Chris Rock in his mouth. And we can all move forward.
And he overreacted because he did.
You can't really say that though.
Yeah, you can.
In his shoes, maybe having to deal with what he's dealt with over the last 2 months, that wasn't an overreaction.
No, 2 years.
Maybe he wanted to mop the floor with Chris Rock but just decided on hitting him in his mouth in front of everybody and putting people on notice. Maybe it was an underreaction to putting people on notice too. Like Will Smith is saying, like, y'all not gonna keep playing with me. I'm not gonna continue to be the butt of jokes, dude. Like, it's not gonna happen this way. All this August Alsina shit. Nah, I'm not gonna play with y'all like this. And he let people know via Chris Rock jaw.
The funniest part, though, I'm talking about the absolute funniest shit, is the first words out of Chris Rock's mouth was a joke, dude. That nigga said, bro, that nigga said, wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me, nigga. I was crying, bro. That shit was so fucking funny, dog.
You didn't know what to do, man. That nigga was shocked.
That was hilarious, dude.
Muhammad Ali, nigga. But
yeah, that was
you
nuts.
say an overreaction. What's the difference between you champion Nipsey when he smacked the security guard? That's overreaction.
Yeah, they said we couldn't hear what he said though. But let Nipsey tell it he was being disrespectful to his employee.
Right.
And it kind of looked, the dude's energy did look like it was very aggressive. And it's like, bro, you're a security guard, you're a parking attendant. Calm down. You're not going to disrespect my staff like that. You're doing the most right now. And we both got on this show and said Nipsey was doing too much, though. We both said that. Yes, and Nipsey said that too. He was like, yo, that shit y'all think is funny. That's really not cool. Like, I'm really too old for that shit. Like, he said that. And I think the same way for this, bro. I don't need to see two niggas worth $50 million fighting in tuxedos and hard bottom shoes, bro. That doesn't do anything for me.
But no, I don't want to see the fight either. You decide, Chris Rock and Will Smith fighting. I'm not saying it in that sense. And shout out to Chris Rock, one, for being able to take a punch, and two, for being the consummate professional. Like Will Smith did lose it for a minute, and people may sympathize with him in his emotional state where he was right then. I don't think it's an overreaction because you can't call, like, that's why you have crimes of passion. That's why, like, there are exceptions in the rules for this. Like, love is a different thing. We as a society have all agreed to that. So I can't sit here and call it an overreaction when you involving another man's wife. If it's outside with Nipsey, like we talking about, and it's behind an employee or something that, like, whatever, it may turn into something bigger, then yeah, that may be an overreaction. But this, I'm not necessarily clear to call this an overreaction, because once you Chris Rock and you involve that man's wife from the beginning of time,
his wife is a celebrity,
example.
Bro. His wife is a celebrity, bro. She's not
excuse?
Above the jokes, dude.
It doesn't matter if she's above the jokes or not. It's like, you made a joke, you made the decision to make these jokes, and the repercussions of this is you getting hit in the mouth. It's not really an overreaction unless you say like a fight breaks out. You got to be willing to risk that if you're a comedian. And I keep seeing people say, well, he's a comedian as part of his job. Also, a part of his job is reading the room. Like, bro, you ought to know that Will Smith ain't up for this shit. Not tonight, not any night, especially over the last 2 years, bro.
I don't know about that, bro.
You gotta know that.
They got jokes off on them. They got jokes off on them earlier in the night, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. This was like par for the course. This wasn't nothing left field. It wasn't like he was the first nigga to come on stage and start joking up. They had been doing this all night, dude. For some strange reason, I had it on. I don't know why, but this was the tone the entire night. And I'm gonna tell you why it was an overreaction and how everybody, even though they may not say they know it's an overreaction, it was. The reason it was an overreaction is because the people thought it was fake, because his response didn't warrant. I mean, Chris Rock's joke didn't warrant that response. That's why everybody thought it was fake. Usually. If Chris Rock would have said that joke, let's say Chris Rock would have said that joke and Will Smith would have sat there stone faced like how Jada was, and then Chris Rock saw that and then wanted to double down. Right. And then Will was like, "Hey, chill out," and then he tripled down. And then Will got up and smacked him. Nobody would have thought that was fake, bro, because niggas would be like, well, he did tell you to chill the fuck out, and you kept going. Nobody would have thought it was fake. The reason people thought it was fake is because he overreacted, and the joke was a low ball. It was a slow pitch joke. It was super low. It wasn't nothing crazy. That's why people thought it was fake, bro. I'm telling you.
People thought it was fake because these are a room full of actors. This is Hollywood. People thought this was a part of the show in that sense. Now, to your point, and where I disagree at, is you can't determine what an overreaction is when you're talking about someone else's love. Hence, like I just said, crime is a passion. Like, it ain't up to you to determine that. You're right. It was a slow pitch. It may have been a softball, but just because we out here playing softball and the ball barely hit me, when I run out there and I beat your ass because I'm mad. I'm just mad. I may be in that position. And again, part of Chris Rock's job, just like being funny and just like, oh, you got to overlook the jokes, is you got to read the room as a comedian. That's a part of your job as well. So like you said, it may be something more to it. And some people have talked about this in their coverage. And that go to my point of what you said. Yeah, people have been getting these jokes off all night, but Chris Rock haven't. So if you did this and they showed the clip, he did it 7 years ago. It's just like if we were sitting somewhere around joking and me and you are joking and it's cool and it's hey, ha, ha, who, and then some nigga that I don't fuck with come in and think that he can get the same jokes off. Ain't no level of, I'm gonna let him slide with this one. I'm gonna warn him. Nah, I'm gonna show you right off the wham that I don't fuck with you like
Nobody said that they don't fuck with each other though. This if they don't, this is news to us.
I've never heard it. No, that's what I'm saying. Will Smith said it. Chris Rock may not have even known it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, I'm saying Will Smith may just be letting him know, like, I really don't fuck with you like that. It may have been brewing from the last time when he was joking about her doing at the Oscars. You don't know, but that's why I can't consider it an overreaction, because I don't think Chris Rock did a good job of saying, maybe this ain't gonna go over with. That's on him. He got hit in his mouth for
a classic moment on TV that's gonna live for forever.
Well, let me ask you one more thing before we get off of this, more so towards the coverage of it. Were you surprised at this shit? That there wasn't like a sports podcast that I listened to, Entertainment Tonight, ABC World News Tonight. It was literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Did that surprise you?
No. The one thing that surprised me about this is that nothing happened to him at the thing. That was the most surprising part. I'm not surprised that everybody talked about it. this is gonna be the biggest news thing of the year outside of a fucking war or something, bro. In entertainment, this is probably gonna be the biggest thing of the year. You know what I'm saying? Now, the fact that he went back and sat down and watched the rest of the show is mind blowing. That is mind blowing to me.
Does it say something to you about our culture that this was so big? Like, what did it say like where we at that didn't register?
No, because Will Smith, I ain't gonna lie, Will Smith transcends culture, bro. Like, dude, like.
I ain't talking about just hip hop culture. I'm saying just in general, people. Like, does it say something that this was such a big story?
I mean, you could argue that, but people are fascinated with celebrities and shit, dude. Like, people love shit like
people love violence. Like, people try to act like they don't like violence. People love fucking violence.
Yeah, it's a train wreck.
It's been everywhere. People love violence and gore and all of that. Oh my God, they love that.
Yeah, because they don't see it every day. Most people's lives are pretty mundane, bro. They go to work, they come home, they eat a fucking whatever, and they do the same thing the next day. So it's pretty mundane. You don't see this every day. People probably wish they could do this to a coworker tomorrow morning, bro. Like, that's just but how did nothing happen to him though? Like that, bro. How, bro? Like that, I don't understand that.
It's Will Smith.
It don't matter, bro.
It's a private party.
It don't matter.
Right. This is.
How do they not have security? The Oscars ain't got security.
That's what I'm saying. Why would you need security? This ain't the Source Awards.
No, there's a lot of rich motherfuckers in here. You need security, dog.
From who though? Like, I don't know. If it's open. Is it open to the public? Like, so there's probably
you might can buy a ticket.
There's probably security up there with the people who bought tickets. But like, if you're thinking about it from a standpoint of logistics, I'm not putting security on the floor because these people got just as much to lose. I would assume. Or they have security themselves. I wouldn't assume that there would be security guards graced across the front of the stage like it was a 21 Savage concert.
If you were in a coma and then you woke up today and said, "Nigga, what did I miss?" And I said, "Nigga, you won't believe this. A motherfucker walked on stage in the middle of the Oscars and smacked the shit out of the host." You'll be like, "Man, get the fuck out." First of all, you wouldn't believe it, and then second, you'd be like, "Then what happened?" They security tackled him. They tackled the nigga. What happened? No, I say, nah, he went back and sat down. You'd be like, dude, get the fuck out of here. That would be unbelievable, dude. I don't give a fuck who it is. That was the craziest part.
Will Smith. This is Hancock, for God's sakes, dude. Nobody exactly him. Another thing about it that I wanted to know, what do you think when people were saying this opens the door for violence for other people? Like, they had a news story here in Atlanta. They were talking about now comedians may be scared because they heckle someone and they pull a Will Smith. Do you think that that's far-fetched?
No, that's a hot take. I don't think it's that deep. You know what I'm saying? But it might set a precedent, though. It could. I don't think so, though. 50-50 chance of that happening.
I guess part of being a comedian now is going to have to learn
that's a
how
fact.
to fight.
All right, we're gonna get to some actual rap shit, but we had to talk about that. Fuck that. That shit was nuts. Let's take it up north to New York, man. Van Lathan, your man, was chatting with someone on Twitter, man, that put up a very interesting question. They said the 90s were super debatable. Also, once the internet and social media erased New York City's advantage in controlling media, New York hip hop suffered. Consumers were free to make their own decisions about who to listen to. That doesn't get talked about enough. My question, do you think that is the reason that New York is in the position that they are and have been for the last 15 to 20 years?
That was a great way to put it. And yes, I vividly remember the days on Rap City when it would be 5, 6, 7 straight, all New York videos, people that I'd never heard of, being from Nashville, Tennessee, man. And when Outkast would get on there finally, or they would take a break and give you some Tupac, I Get Around from way back in the day, it was refreshing. Now, this was before the internet and before you got to get glimpses of music from everywhere else. So Rap City was like our internet, where we found out about artists, where we heard about people. And because I guess they were based in New York, they claim hip hop was born in New York, it was heavily New York biased. Therefore, giving a lot of artists from New York bigger stature, a bigger persona than they would normally have. And we see that playing out to be true now. Atlanta has been running the rap game now for as long as New York had. Like, they coming up on the same amount of time. And you're starting to see the influence of Atlanta become even more heavy than a New York influence. So I would say definitely this is true.
So how long? So, okay, let me ask you this. Around what time period would you say Atlanta took over? Or someone other than New York took over?
Dipset time.
We're talking mid 2000s.
Yes.
So this person says that the internet and social media erased New York's advantage. Social media wasn't out then. So their advantage was being erased way before Twitter and Instagram.
Great point. Also to this is the sound.
Okay.
The reason that groups like Wu-Tang were so dope is because they didn't sound like everybody else in New York. It was different. It was grungy. The reason and a part of not only social media and New York falling down is because they tried to start sounding like Southern artists. Like you had Dipset that was successful. They added a pinch of South to their sound. And then you had artists after them, which is why I say after Dipset, try to emulate the sound completely. And then you lost New York's authenticity.
Yeah. Now that's fair, but see, that's different from what this person said then. This person, I think this, I say this is not true because I say it happened sooner. Mm-hmm. It happened earlier than the internet and the social media age. So I can't say that. Like I'm talking like Lil Jon, T.I., you know what I'm saying? Like that when the gatekeepers kind of, now it blew to smithereens when Soulja Boy and YouTube came out. Now that blew it, and then you get the SoundCloud and all of this. So the gatekeepers have completely been removed, and people can become famous from their couch. That now is just too far gone. But before then, bro, they was already losing the grip, dude. And yes, now the reason is the sound, in my opinion. They started sounding a little, they didn't evolve as a sound in New York. And so when something fresh comes along and popular, like Atlanta or the South period, then they started to, instead of trying to have their own version or try to evolve the New York sound, they did their own version. That's why you get A$AP Rocky on slow Houston shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you start to get a lot of imitators and people, and the lines start getting blurred between these states and these regions where niggas like Lil Uzi sound like they're from Atlanta and they're from Philly. Right. Or, you know, you get niggas doing their best version of niggas down south, French Montana, or whoever you want to put out there. Shout out my guy, Big Jeff. So, yeah, I don't think it had anything to do with the social media and internet era because it happened before then. I think they were losing the grip way before then. But it's an interesting take, though. I hadn't really heard anybody put it that way.
Yeah, I hadn't. That was a good take. And I agree with it still. I think that was what got them all the way out of there. The sound still within that. All right, moving on. The hits keep hitting this week, man. Your man's Gangsta Gibbs, Bad Bunny, or whatever his AKA nickname is. Your man's Freddie Gibbs has been ranting back and forth online with popular rapper Benny the Butcher. My question to you is there a beef brewing between the two? Because it has not been confirmed. And if so, who do you got, Animal Brown?
Yeah, I don't like this. I don't like what my guy Freddie Gibbs is doing right now. He's in the news for all the wrong reasons lately, and he's starting to come off like a troll. I don't like that. Now, yes, they are beefing. I was confused at the post that Freddie Gibbs had put up on Instagram because it sounded like he was talking about somebody else who we are familiar with him beefing with, which is Gunna. But when you dig into it a little bit more, it is actually Benny the Butcher. They've been sending subliminals at each other for a while now. We just didn't know it. Benny the Butcher was on a podcast, I don't know, not too long ago, and they asked him about working with Gibbs on that Frank Lucas record that came out about a year ago. And then he said something to the effect of, he answered, he said that working with him just came and went. And that was kind of it.
At the time probably has passed for those collaborations.
Yeah. He said it came and went. And that was it. And so then Freddie Gibbs came out and said, now I know some other shit that came and went too, alluding to that Tana Talk 4 that had just came out. And so now they've been going back and forth. And I don't, it's corny to me, dude. I'm gonna keep it a stack. Beefing with Jim Jones, bro, taking an L allegedly, which by all accounts actually did happen. And then turning up and being like, but I'm in I got an extra New York show. Here go the dates. Here go where the venue at. Bro, that whoa. Like that, you dipping into like troll Tekashi territory, bro. Like that is some slaw. Remember, I shout out to everybody who's been listening for the last couple of years. And Tekashi first came out, bro. And we got on, and everybody was like, damn, boy, he going hard at YG and Blood and all that. He went on Breakfast Club. And he sat on Breakfast Club and he said, I want somebody to come and try to test me. He invited Danger. And we got on that following podcast that Wednesday and played that clip and said, this was the moment that we realized dude was cap. And so we said, oh, okay, cool. Now we know it's a shuck. Yeah, okay, it's a song and dance. Okay, we can stop talking about him now. Cool. And of course, fast forward 6 months later, we know what happened. I'm getting those vibes from my guy, Freddie Gibbs, and I hate it got to be him because his music is fire. He's super dope. And I really wish he would stop this troll shit. It's getting on my nerves.
I should get an I told you so t-shirt for this as well. Freddie Gibbs, for you, for whoever hasn't been paying attention, has been doing this since the Jeezy split up, dude. I came on this podcast, like you said, and had similar thoughts to the ones that you just displayed or said about him when this whole thing was going along with Jeezy. Not just because Jeezy is my man's, because he is, but because Jeezy let it go. It was done.
True.
And Freddie Gibbs was a quote unquote street nigga and was leaning and being a drug dealer and this and that. But he kept talking about shit that didn't work with Jeezy.
Yeah.
I smelled a rat. I smelled it way back then. And I said it. I said, this dude is a troll. Because any point in time, he's never trying to solve situations.
That's
like niggas that are from the background and places that he claimed to be from and he rapped about, like, I'm not trying to escalate shit, bro. I'm not trying to play with niggas online. I'm not trying to go back and forth with niggas because something can happen for real. Niggas might not know that I'm playing. And I say that because Freddie Gibbs is a good rapper. He's not an entertainer. He's not one of these niggas out here that can get off and say, I'm just talking shit, man. You know how it go. I'm just trying to be famous. If he is trying to get more fame, then he should use his bars. Like, you're a good enough rapper to put this shit into your music as opposed to sitting around responding. Like, and he can be like, well, nigga, start with me first. Okay, cool, bro. Why do you have to respond to everything? How do you even see all of this shit? You're not busy? You ain't got nothing to do? Like, come on, bro. If I was his homeboy, I'd be like, why are we doing what we doing back and forth with niggas for? It's really demeaning to the character that he came out and tried to put up with the ESG and shit and the gangster Gibbs. Like, all of that shit, like you said, it starts to smell funny now. And I ain't saying that to say he's not a tough guy. He may be a rough, tough street nigga. He may be. You just don't look like one and you're not acting like one.
Yeah, I agree. That's and it's killing me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like that. I think he figured out the whole, I get more looks if I do this type bag.
Acting gigs and all of that stuff.
And bro,
playing with niggas in the process. Do it and don't play with. That was the problem that people had with 6ix9ine. Like, go ahead and do that shit over there. Do that, people that don't affect our industry and our culture. Go play with people that look like you. And in the sense of Freddie Gibbs, go play with people that's trying to do the same thing that you're doing. Don't come over here bother the nigga like Benny that's rapping. I'm just signed with Def Jam. I'm trying to get this shit off. I ain't trying to be in no bullshit ass beef with you, my nigga.
Yeah.
So
he let me down. He let me down. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm waiting on the album. I just want to hear the music. He's
good thing he can rap. Good thing he can rap. That's what he does got going for him, because Freddie Gibbs definitely can rap. You said you waiting on the music, something new coming out?
Yeah, that SSS sold separately, man. It's supposed to be on the way. It was supposed to drop last year. I don't know what the hold up is, but it's supposed to drop last year. It's supposed to be on the way. Hella features, hella big dog producers. Like, I'm really looking forward to hearing what he do with like a fully produced, with like an album with a budget behind it. I'm interested to hear it, but he can miss me with the social media. You said,
question for you. He trying to garner up some attention for you.
Yeah, clearly.
Whose career would you rather have right now at this moment? The Sci-Hi the Prince or Freddie Gibbs?
I don't want to be famous, so I would say Sci-Hi the Prince. But I know he getting writing checks though. Me personally.
I'm just trying to say that without shitting on Freddie Gibbs.
Nah, but Freddie Gibbs is successful
because Freddie Gibbs out here trying and he ain't.
But he's successful.
He ain't got the career that Sci-Hi got. He might be successful, but he ain't.
He ain't got the career that Sci-Hi got.
Yeah.
What? Respect. I fuck with Sci-Hi too, but what?
Absolutely.
Nah, I don't think
Sci-Hi's
so.
way more esteemed of an artist than Freddie Gibbs is, bro.
I don't think so.
That's
And I fuck with both of them, but nah.
You
Freddie
may
Gibbs
fuck with both of them.
How many followers I got? Whose social media following is bigger, bro? We can go there. That's the easy layup. What was Sci-Hi last tour, bro? He only got one album, so he can't tour that.
I went to Sci-Hi last tour. I've never been to a Freddie Gibbs show.
But I have.
Saying the first thing that you went to, the first thing that you went to was his social media follow. I'm talking about the echelon of artists. Sci-Hi is a better artist and much more respected artist in the game of hip hop than Freddie Gibbs is. That's a fact.
To who?
Everyone. Because if it weren't the case, Freddie Gibbs wouldn't be out here playing with niggas. He would be like Sci-Hi, ducked off, spending big boy checks, writing for niggas instead of beefing with them.
Yeah,
that's my point.
That's debatable.
It's not. It really ain't. It ain't debatable at all, bro.
Apparently, something that is debatable, man, is your man Dirk. He's claiming that he and 3 other rappers are running hip hop right now. Who did he say? You ask? Himself, Lil Baby, Young Thug, Kodak Black. Are running hip hop. Then he even threw in there 21 Savage too. Is this actual and factual, or was this the reach of all reaches?
I think that Dirk forgot to mention like the specific genre of hip hop, the evolutionized new trap, like new generation of Jeezys and Rick Rosses and the people that we grew up on that were in that lane. This is a new generation of those guys. They're not the new generation of hip hop in general, because I don't think that this, even with 1, 2, 3, with 4 people that he named, their lane ain't big enough. For as big as hip hop is right now, you still got niggas like Tyler the Creator. You still got niggas like, I think he named Future, but I'm still gonna say you still got, he said Future, right? Yeah. But you still got niggas like Fabio that are bubbling and this may be a tidal wave that's coming. We don't know. Right. Maybe New York has gotten that artist that we said that they haven't had in a while. And this is the style that doesn't sound like everything else. And this may be like some big that we expect and they're not even expecting. Right. So I say that to say Dirk has a point to a certain point of like just the lane of rappers that he in. But you got so many different big names, so many different angles of rap. Even Latto, we're about to talk about. I think she's about to be big and take off. So while those guys may be hot, they're hot in a specific lane. They don't run the game though.
Yeah, the whole run the game discussion is that's been dead for at least 10 years, bro. Because there's too many, like you said, this is a 10-lane highway, bro. Like there's room for everything now. Like what you want, what type of shit you want to hear. There's a super popular artist in every genre, bro. Like there's no, you can't. And plus there's no age limit anymore. So now not only are you competing with motherfuckers your age in different lanes, but you're also competing with older people in different lanes. So it's really like a 20-lane highway. So the discussion of, man, we the hottest, we got the trenches right now. We running rap, but bro, that shit come and go with the wind and the weather, dude. Like, yes, Dirk is featured on a lot of shit. I understand why he would say this from his perspective, because his email is probably on fire with people trying to send him features and them checks is coming in crazy. I get it. Same for Lil Baby. He's on the album kit is get Lil Durk or Lil Baby featured on your album at least, if not both, and Kodak. I get it. It feels like it. That shit may not matter in 2 months, bro. Like it may be somebody else too. It may be somebody else in 2 minutes. Who, like I said, Fabio come out next week. It might be him, dude. He might have a classic. Who the fuck knows? Who knows? But the whole discussion of, man, we run rap now. That's null and void in 2022, man. I'm sorry, dude. And for the record, he was on the Full Send podcast, and I believe this was the same podcast where the host didn't know what the card game Spades was. So anything said on that podcast really doesn't even matter. I'm gonna keep it a stack. How have you never heard of the game Spades, much less don't know how to play it? I'm already looking at you sideways if you don't know how to play it, but I'll let you slide. If you've never heard of it, I would have walked out. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Was he white? He was white.
One of them was, but one of them wasn't, though. One of them was something else. I don't know. But I would have left. White or whatever, I would have left. I'd been like, I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'd have did like Rick Ross did on What's Name. Like, I got to get some out the car and just left.
Never hearing of Spades before is nuts. That is nuts.
That's fucking insane. Like, why am I here? But y'all let us know, man, who's running rap right now? Does running rap, is that even still a discussion?
No.
At On Deck TV Show on Instagram. Leave a comment on their YouTube as well. We've got an album review to talk about. You mentioned it earlier. Latto, Big Latto, the artist formerly known as Mulatto. 777 is the project. It's been a minute since we've done a ladies album, dude. So we were definitely overdue for this, man. What were your expectations going into this project?
I'm a big Latto fan. You got to say it like you from Atlanta. Leave the G off, the B-I, hard I, big Latto. I was excited, may not be the word. I was really, really interested, though, in seeing how this sound. I saw her press run, the car wash. She went through Breakfast Club. She was on Joe shit. Yep. And I really like, it's going to be cliche to say nowadays, but her energy was on point.
Yeah.
She don't give you the same feel as most of her counterparts. Like it's some more authenticity there. Yeah. I don't know, because her dad had a little bit to do with the game and he was around famous people already, but it seems like she's handling this very well. So I wanted to see how that translated in the music. So I was more interested in checking this album out than I usually would be from other female rappers. So I was definitely on deck waiting for this. What about you? What'd you think about Big Latto?
Yeah, I was interested. I didn't listen to the first album, Queen of the South. I didn't get on her until after that came out. But ever since then, like just little things like the freestyle, she's been killing shit. I rock with the video, the Southside video. That shit is hard. I think she's super talented. And I know, and we'll talk about this a little bit later. I know how she got on through the reality show. And normally when you look at people that get on through reality shows, it's like, okay, skip. But no, she's actually pretty talented. So I was definitely interested in hearing what a full body of work would sound like from her. So yeah, I was fucking with it. The singles, in the Big Energy, I mean, that ain't really for me. I don't think I'm the target audience for that. I think that's pretty safe to say. So I ain't really, that was a skip for me. I ain't like the flip of the Mariah joint.
She got Mariah on the feature though.
Yeah, she got on the remix.
On the remix.
Yeah, that was hard. That was tough. That's a good look for sure. But when I first listened to it, I'm not gonna lie, we'll get into our initial thoughts right now as I pull up the track list. I liked it, but I didn't really love it like that. Like it didn't meet my expectations on first listen. Again, I think she can rap. I think she's talented, but I just think she does a certain type of song better than another type of song. And she's got too many of the other type of song that she doesn't do as well on here, in my opinion. I think she works best doing the songs on here that work best for me are the ones where there's no hook and she's just snapping and just flowing and riding over a hard ass beat. You know what I'm saying? Like she does that best.
Those are the type of songs you think she does best? I
do. When she got to write a full joint, bro, with like a hook and 2 16s and maybe 3 16s and a feature, like it doesn't. She still got some room to grow. Let me say that. But when you just play a 2-minute beat and she just need to snap on it, she gonna eat that shit up. Like she gonna go too hard. But to me, she's got some growing to do in terms of the songwriting. But I'll get to my rating and all of that, what I liked and didn't like specifically. But what did you think about it initially?
Initially, I thought that it was young, like you're saying. I thought that it did have a lot of room to mature and grow, but I did get it. I got where she was in her career. She's a young lady, only like 22 or something, 23. It reminded me a lot of, not necessarily song for song, but just the push and how I thought that this guy sounded when he first came out. It reminded me a lot of T.I. I'm Serious. Like it gave me that type of feel, like young, we will have to deal with this person for a while. They from the South, they rap a little bit better than I expected them to. Yep. And people are gonna have to deal with this here in the future once she figures out how to be a star. Same thing I said about T.I. with the I'm Serious album. I like this. This could be a little bit more clean. This could, like, he could not do this ever again, but I get what he's trying to do in the lane that he's trying to find. Like, I found myself saying similar things listening to her. Because like you said, there was some stuff that just didn't work for me because I don't like her in those scenarios. So I feel like that she shouldn't put herself in that. But if you give her the 2-minute beat and say, hey, rap, she's gonna rap.
Facts.
She's beating a lot of other girls that you would lump her in with, that you would think fall back on their looks. And now, but I got bars though. Like, but I do look like this. So she is one of the few to do that. And I like the potential first listen. And that was my initial jump out. Like, okay, this could be first of many in a long run is what I thought.
Yeah, this felt like a debut album.
I'm here. Like, if I have to deal with Latto for the next 15 years, maybe.
If it felt like a debut album, but it's not though. Like, this is technically her second album. Queen of the South was the first one, and so I say that to say, and I need to go run back the first one to see the difference and see if that growth has happened from one to the other, because I feel like there's so much room to grow on here. And I'm like, was there any from the last one then? But I didn't hear it, to be fair. So maybe it is. But this one, bro, is, and then some of the songs,
But the difference, though, in my opinion, in what you're saying, like that last one was her figuring out that she can make this a career. I can rap and people respond to it. This is her like being a rapper and learning how to put a project together, like still the early stages of that. So the other one was just to show, hey, I can do this. Now this is to show I am doing it, and this is how it sounds. I'm young and I'm going to get better at it.
To be fair, she is the first Atlanta artist to have a solo gold and platinum record, though. And that probably doesn't get talked about a lot. And that's actually pretty interesting to me. But she's still dope,
she's
man.
The first Atlanta female artist, or just artist, period. Oh, female.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say.
Yeah, I know, that'd have been crazy. A couple of joints on here that I did bang with, though, that I did think worked. Again, the shorter records where it's just her just showcasing her talent, I thought worked way better. So that's the intro. That's number one and number two. The two records, the 2 777s, those go hard. Like, that's her in her bag. I also like, again, I like Southside. Again, that's got a little bit of a hook, but it's more of a street record. I like her on that type of shit for me. And then the one of the songs that I did like that was just a regular song is like Trust No Bitch. I thought that shit was hard. And we'll get to what I didn't like in a second. But those are the joints that I thought stood out.
What stood out for me, all of the features worked. Every verse.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, all of the features worked for me. It made sense. Even though the song may not be great, but I understand why Kodak Black is on Bust Down. I understand why Nardo Wick is on Stepper. I see why Like a Thug, Dirk is on there. Like, all of those features work for the album, especially in order to bring more eyes to the album, expand the brand, which she's trying to do still early in the career, as we keep mentioning. I like the short songs, like you said, as well. I'm picking ones out that stuck to me off the Wham. Willie with 21 Savage, I liked. It's Given. I like this Given. I think that's right up the alley of, if I'm going to compete with a City Girls and a Nicki Minaj and a Cardi B, I got to give you this, but I'm also rap on it too.
It's a TikTok record. Men can listen to it,
huh?
That's a TikTok record.
Yeah, I get that. You got to do that, but men can listen to it too.
Nah,
and Southside, I love Southside. Southside was a dope ass record. Lil Baby did his version of Southside. It'll be a fire ass remix if she was get him on there. 2 Chainz, get some people from the Southside on there. Yep. That would be pretty fly to do. But those are the ones that stuck out to me and that I liked the most. What didn't work for you?
Man, some of those features, bro.
Oh,
I don't know what Nardo Wick was talking about. That nigga wasn't talking about.
Do you like Nardo Wick though?
I like his voice. Pause.
Do you like any of his music?
He had a joint with Future that's cool.
So you know.
But the type of music he makes, I'm not interested in. He make the young Tallahassee nigga shit. Like, I'm cool on that. But he said something like, I'm a Don, she a Don, we some motherfucking Dons. I'm like, bro, what?
Nigga 12, bro. You not
clearly. That's what I'm saying.
He not gonna give you no Nas shit, bro. Like,
I don't need Nas.
He 12 years old and he from Jacksonville. He just not learned how to talk, dude. Like,
clearly,
in-depth shit. Like,
so I'm good. That didn't work. But I like his rap voice and his style. He just don't be saying shit. So,
yeah, I like Nardo.
That was Sesame Street right there. But anyway, and then Kodak Black, I don't know what he talking about either. Like, I can't fuck with Kodak Black. The Sunshine record with Wayne and Childish Gambino was a slight letdown. I'm not gonna lie, because I was looking forward to that because I'm a big Childish Gambino fan, and obviously Wayne is Wayne. and we haven't heard Childish Gambino rap in about 7 years. So I was really curious. No, I did. It took me about 3 listens, and then I was like, okay, no, I'll fuck with this. But it let me down at first. I ain't gonna hold you. It let me down.
I think you ripped that.
But other than that, it was something. What was the joint with? And the joint with Dirk, the features didn't.
I can't believe that. I think the features were perfect.
Nah, bro. They were.
I think they were absolutely perfect. I don't necessarily fuck with the songs,
right?
Because I don't like the Nardo Wick song really. But I think that was a perfect, like, oh, let's get Nardo Wick on here. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, it makes the album sound better. It seems like, I guess what I'm saying is, it seems like someone knew what they were doing that's helping her, and that's why I'm excited about her career. Like, if it was her A&R, whoever executive produced, if it was her, if she got a home person, a home girl, a homeboy that's really into it, like whoever helped her with this and put these people on these albums, they did a great job. So if that person is going to be with her whole career, she about to shake.
I ain't like 21 Savage on Wheelie, bro.
That's crazy.
I don't think he fit on that beat. His flow didn't fit on that beat.
Ripped it.
Nah.
Ripped it. I'm a 21 Savage fan, bro. That's my guy.
I'm straight on that. But what you said a couple of things didn't stand out, or what was you skipping out here?
Southside should have ended the album. Let's get clear. Sleep and Real One. I don't need the one Latto.
Sleep. That's the one with the Twister sample.
Yeah, I ain't like the original Twister song.
That's insane.
I'm cool off Twister. You know how I feel about fast rap. That's a no from me. So maybe it has something to do with that.
That adrenaline rush is the shit.
No. Sleep and Real One I could have definitely done without. And those are pretty much it. Everything else I felt like it kind of fit with the album, but those last two just didn't go for me. Mainly because she was trying to sing or do whatever she was doing on there. And I was super good off of that.
No, she can sing to me. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna let her do that. If I had to give it a rating, dude, I'm gonna go 2.5. It's worth streaming. It's worth a stream. You know what I'm saying? Like I definitely, it's worth the stream. There's a couple of joints on here that I would revisit, but it's nothing memorable, and I was hoping it would be. You know what this makes me think of? You know, she got on through the Rap Game TV show, which was Jermaine Dupri's reality show, his rap contest reality show. This made me think of what her shit would have sounded like if she would have got with a real songwriter like Jermaine Dupri, bro. How these songs would have been crafted if she worked with him. I would love to have heard that project. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that would have a better result, in my opinion. And Jermaine Dupri, don't think we forgot about that Currency record either. Y'all niggas need to put that shit out with bullshit. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're playing with that. They're trying their best to make niggas forget about that shit.
Yeah, I ain't letting up.
Facts. That's that can still come in the pipeline though, right?
That's true. Yeah, for sure.
I think she has to grow into that. I'm glad that it ain't in the first couple of albums. Like, she's still gonna get better. Like, she can rap her ass off, but I still hear some stuff where, like, okay, once you get that right there done, it's over. But if I'm rating the album, I'm rating 3. Was that banging?
Yeah.
1 with 3 reels. I think it's a banging album. Really, really solid debut for whatever the debut album was of today's market. But really solid debut, 3 reels.
Man, y'all let us know what y'all think about Latto. Big Latto 777 is the project. Leave a comment, 1 to 5, man, what y'all rated. We got some wins and or losses, man. What we got going on?
Absolutely. Win and or losses this week. Game and 50 Cent have an ongoing beef, and it's still brewing if you thought it was over. Game recently told 50 Cent to tell your girl to stay out of my DMs, cuz. Win or a loss for the hip-hop fans?
That's a loss, man. We over this. This beef played like a motherfucker.
No one cares, bro. No one cares, bro.
Nobody's checking for this, dude.
No one cares, dude.
Are y'all gearing up for like a versus or something, dude? Is this promo? Cause
I would watch that.
Oh yeah, no, definitely watching that though.
You thought Will Smith and Chris Rock was a fucking crazy night of TV. I guarantee it's gonna go down with that, the 50 Cent in Game versus. Win or a loss recently, every song, win or loss for every song off of Cardi's first album going platinum. I got a twist here. I'll go first. It's a loss for me. What's the name of the album again?
Invasion of Privacy.
It's a loss for Cardi fans. It's almost certifies that you will never
Yeah, no.
Get another Cardi B album. Every song went platinum. I got the whatever brands that I want. Like I'm done. I'm retired. I'm not doing rap anymore. I actually would be taking a pay cut to put an album out, my nigga. So like, no, this is it. This is an L for the fans of Cardi B because she ain't going near a booth in a long time.
No, I don't know. I disagree with that. I think she's been waiting to let this. Apparently, the momentum has still been there with this album, which is why she probably ain't dropped. There's no need. This is still getting spins. Cool. We're gonna let this run until the wheels fall off, dude. Which is fine. So that's a W. To be the first to do anything is always cool. But I will say it's a streaming era now. So expecting this to had happened before the streaming era is impossible. So there's a little bit of an asterisk next to that, but still, if nobody else done it, then shit, you the first. That's a dub.
Facts, big facts.
Mm-hmm.
And the last one we have is your man Rod Wave, win or a loss. Actually, this is a bonus W. And so he's giving away $25,000 worth of free gas in his hometown. Shout out to Rod Wave.
Hey, big shout out to Rod Wave, man. He did a video in front of the pump like, man, yo, this shit is too high. Meet me at so-and-so gas station on April, whatever date. I'm giving away free gas, 25,000 worth, man. Pull up. We filling everybody tank up. Super dope, super creative way to do some promo, but at least some people gonna benefit off of it because gas is entirely too fucking high, and that 25K is gonna last about 8 cars, nigga. If 5 Suburbans pull up, nigga, that's half the fucking wallet right there, nigga.
You know, it's crazy that you say, and we are not gonna go too long with this because the end of the show. The fact that people don't use the marketing dollars, and we talked a little bit about this with Drake did that God's plan.
Sure.
Like doing shit like this with your marketing budget,
the layup
would go so far right now, bro. You talking about get picked up on ABC World News tonight, and motherfuckers like, well, who is this fat ass rapper dude that's giving away free gas? Yes, nigga, and it only costs 25 bands, dude. I'm on the world news. That's what will happen if people start thinking outside the box and doing shit like this. So shout out to him, man. It's dope.
I agree. One more bonus W though. This weekend, the Dreamville Festival is going down this weekend. It's streaming live on Amazon Music. So if anybody wants to check it out but doesn't like to go to festivals or doesn't live in North Carolina, make sure y'all check that out on Amazon Music. Go get you a free trial or something if you ain't a subscriber already.
Checking that out, man. I got some points for Southwest.
There you go. Because they got the Gangster Grill set. That's why I say that.
Facts. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check that out.
On Decker of the Week. This is a very special On Decker of the Week. As you alluded to earlier, the New York drill sound is everywhere. So the On Decker of the Week is me for calling that shit. Let's fucking go. I am crowning myself. I was the first nigga in the world to say that the New York drill sound was going to go mainstream. And here we are, dude. Kanye's on it. City Girls is on it. Alicia Keys is on it. Nicki is on it. Nigga, Katy Perry is probably next. I called that shit. God. If you don't believe me, go back in the archives, January 2020. I said it was up. Let's go. Yes.
Our sincerest apologies to all the On Deckers out there for not us taking this seriously and naming a real On Decker of the week.
Let's go.
We'll apologize, man. We'll send you guys something for it. You didn't call it drill. Relax, bro. Relax.
I called the fuck out of that.
Stop, bro.
Give me my roses. Put me on something.
Smoke was famous, you called it. What'd you say?
Fuck. Put me on something,
man. Doubling down on the TV. I know I did TV last week, and you did the TV with Winning Time. I still haven't got to check that out yet, but I heard a dope interview with Larry Wilmore, with the guy that created that. That was pretty dope. His podcast called Black on the Air. He was talking about how they casted the show and gave y'all the backstory behind Winning Time and how they put it together. So that was pretty dope. Larry Wilmore's podcast, Black on the Air. And for TV, if you haven't heard of Top Boy, you're missing out. Just finished the latest season on Netflix. Absolute flames. And it had a twist for the ending, which I'm always here for, dope ass endings. This one had one, man. You guys check that out.
Shout out to Top Boy. I still ain't watching. Let's go, Drake. I see you cooking.
Gotta see that. You don't like the accents or something?
I just ain't tried it. That's all. I just ain't here play. I'm definitely gonna fuck with it though. I'll turn them captions on if need be. I ain't tripping. I've got 2 new projects y'all should check out, man. Somebody hit me up It said, "Have you heard of Monroe Flow?" And I said, "Who the fuck is that?" And he was like, "Nah, it's a dude from Atlanta. He kind of dope." And I went and listened to his project. It's called Scarred for Life. And it was actually pretty dope. I was like, oh shit, okay. And then the same person sent me a West Coast dude, if this is more your vibe, West Coast Web, Caught in the Web. That is also a dope project. I was surprised that it's rare that you get two people that you've never heard of in life. You get two projects sent to your inbox same day, and they both were straight. So check out Monroe Flow. He's from Atlanta, if that's your vibe, or West Side Web. He's obviously from the West Side, if that's more your vibe. Also, bonus.
And shout out to that person, the real on decker of the week for the music. Yes.
Bonus W for you though. They finally put Fiend Street Life on streaming sites. So
no way.
Tough. It's on all of them.
I'm looking at right
now. Finally put it out. That was the last No Limit album with Fiend. Fiend's last No Limit album that is extremely slept on. It's finally available. It's taking you forever to search.
So that too. Up, save, download, cop, all of that. Come on with that.
Shit. So about time, man. Big clutch for that. Make sure y'all hit us up. YouTube.com/OnDeckTV. Leave a comment. We appreciate the subscriptions. Everybody comment. We love that shit. We should have some extra content coming very soon as well, man. You guys are going to really enjoy. What else, man, before we get out of here?
Absolutely. And just in case people were confused, because clearly they have been, because there haven't been enough orders, these are new t-shirts. This is not the crew neck. There are brand new t-shirt styles up on OnDeckTVShow.com or On Deck Online. The links in the bio, whatever it is. Just go click on it, grab you a new On Deck t-shirt. We got the little logo tees for you guys. Grab a couple of those. We got the tie-dye joints. We got the faded joints. Go grab you some On Deck t-shirts for the spring and summer and support the real.
Yeah, man, we got flavors. Until then, we out.